Alright folks, good morning. Happy almost Christmas. So, if the pattern is going to be anything like the past couple of days, we're going to have a good 4, maybe 6 hours of mostly stable internet before the frames start dropping all over the place. So we are going to try to make the most of what little bandwidth we've been allotted to us. Been doing a lot of prep work yesterday, and I've also found some disposable razors in a bathroom mirror, so I finally got some of that schmutz off my face. Come on, tablet, stay charging. I know it's almost Christmas, but that means it wasn't Christmas. You don't get a break yet, tablet. But yeah, we've been prepping a good bit to try to do a invasion of Egypt, because the first time I tried alone, I got my ass handed to me. We occupied so many castles in Egypt's core region. And then there are hundreds of thousands of levies just swarmed all over us, one after the other. So I'm thinking 100,000 regulars retreating back to the islands to replenish every once in a while. My regulars are half the size of his entire army. Mamluk succession. Slightly stronger than all of them. We'll have to see about that. So, Alphonse here might not be the expansionist that the last two kings of the Anjou dynasty were. He's indulgent, he's an intricate web weaver, he wants to take a more indirect approach to this. But we can't do a thing yet, we gotta wait till the next whatever. But that is what we're going to do next then. Legitimacy almost back up to 100, stability almost back up to 0 after the law change. Few more modern roads being built. Luther and Zealots, the only rebels being tracked right now. They're really the only rebels. We've been doing so good. There's patriots, nobility, Orthodox zealots, Sunni zealots, but they're so close to 0, they don't even matter. They keep popping out of existence. You have spies on Great Wu. Who else they get spies on? Lies. We're not the economic hegemon, he can't fool me. Bohemian War of Aggression. Against who? Against Spain. France isn't gonna side with that. France is Spain's ally. Allied to Bohemia. France broke off their alliance with Spain. So Bohemia wants to crash over here. Oh, we got interesting options now. Spain's basically alone as of this moment. They're fighting 2 wars, rebellion against Spain, and War Bohemia aggression. Barcelona. I wouldn't mind taking Barcelona. But they do have those damn yellow forts there. Level 4, level 4. We're gonna wait. We're gonna do this cleverly. Our attempt to take the continental powers will have to wait. I want to get a foothold into Egypt first. Was the economic hegemon as it should be. Hey, we got a map all the way across Africa now. We just gotta fill in the interior. Fill in the coast over here, the interior there, the interior here. Checks. I'm surprised we're so low on food over here. They're maintaining. Food consumption penalty of 0, 0, 0. The food's fine over here. It's just over on Crete. Is it because there's so much bigger of an army? So they're gonna starve fast when they get over that way. We do have 500 auxiliaries on them. Let me see. EU5 auxiliaries. How much supply convoy should I have in reserves? It depends what type of wars you see getting into. Lots of behind enemy line sieges, stock up. Final defensive wars, ignore them. Look at food consumption and how much each auxiliary can carry. Then think through how many months of supply you would like your armies to have on hand. Typically don't worry about Ox until I have at least one dedicated professional army. Well... Camp of followers carry food storage of 1. 1? And a food consumption of 0.05. So that's 500 food then? Food consumption of 1.2. Food storage. Consumption and storage of 1.2. Consumption and storage of 0.6. 0.8. So, I think I will need a ton of auxiliaries then. There's enough to bump up their total food from 88.6 like this group has to 100. But they're still hungry. I gotta bring him on down to Napoli. East Falcon Market. The Scots have taken the Falklands. They're trying to sneak on over and get further around. Unhappiness among commoners. It's so much money. We're already improving their situation so much, let's let them complain. See, now they're fine, and my cities are fine. It takes the entire agricultural output and input of my capital region to make them happier. Curia blocked action. Well, the next time a vote comes up, I know that the Curia block action is no longer applicable. So have until then, and that's more time to build up my manpower too. I'd rather have more manpower before I start this war. Don't crash game. It's really struggling right now again. But at least stream isn't. 0 drop frames, stable bitrate. I think it's just when it wants to autosave that it has... Well, there's a few times it has difficulty. It wants to autosave and when it's trying to run the Bitcoin miner that's embedded into the game. That's a joke, there's no such thing. But it does get inexplicably slow every once in a while. Naval range, logistics, bonus versus fort, war cost, war college, doctrine, proximity, estate satisfaction across the board, and then musketeers coming up, and the boats. How long we got, Pope? Pope should give us some actual timeline for when the Curia action block expires from previous votes. Papal States is only at negative 12.17 negativity. So we're doing good with them. 89 antagonism only. Cool. Improve their opinion by 5.88. It'll help drain their antagonism too. Could I give them anything more to make them like me? Gotta wait for next month for the diplomats to come back. Apple states are insignificant compared to us. If I give them fleet basing rights, they gain 10 opinion of me. We be in the positives finally. Yeah, see, Ottomans have taken over one of the Pope's vassals there, and that just leaves Genoa remaining. Genoa, which was reduced to one town over here, not even a city. And then by the grace of the Pope, they were given a little bit more land over here. Now being taken over by the Ottomans. And they've even been reduced to a prince bishopric. You know, maybe that's why there's no ongoing Curia actions. Maybe it's because the Pope is currently at war. Think maybe that's it? Offer food access, they get 10 more opinion. Sure, Pope, you could march through our lands and devour our food. I like how we're still getting 0.32 diplomats a month, even with no investment into diplomacy at all. Naval range increase, how's it look now? A little bit of yellow here. All the way across the Indian Ocean's looking nicer now. And the Pacific still has some areas of red, but not so bad. Roanoke is trying to get behind. Well, if they're gonna spread out that much, I guess I could help them out. Yeah, let's fight them. Improve relations with the Papal States as much as he can. It's up to 28 now. We're back in the positives. 38. And we're back in the positive stability too. And 3 more months, I'll be at 90, and I'll drop my investment. Benedictus Deus. What does that mean? I could choose a target for the Crusade now. So it's not about the Pope being at war, because that's still ongoing. If the Ottomans were smart, they would finish their war right now. They've got everything they can from the Pope. They took one vassal, they fully occupy the other. And so what are they going to do? Send boats all the way down to the western coast of Africa. Let's do it. Call for Crusades. Mamluk of Egypt. Am I sure I want to select Egypt? His Holiness the Pope has once again called for the faithful to march against the enemies of Christ, who has once again come together and bleed for the Church and the Holy See in this new crusade. Deus Vult. But they still gotta vote for it. We'll scratch each other's backs, how about that? But since the Pope does like me again, will he give us... Will he allow us an extra cardinal seat? A Cardinal of Constantinople. The Pope has graciously granted a request to receive a new Cardinal in Constantinople. Construction for adequate accommodations for such a position has already begun. Cool. Which puts us 25 cardinals, 10 belong to France, 11 for me, but of 12 pretty soon then. And I should still have enough influence to demand another after that. Tunis and Mali War, Bohemia aggression. Okay. Gaining, losing, 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 losing. go back home for now then. Or just go to Cutrone here. Sulaslal Weifel is now old enough for an education. We'll give him balance. We'll give him expensive. And now that it's January, he's intelligent, more admin, and 90 legitimacy. Let's cut that cost down. To a mere +5 a month. $21 in favor of a crusade for Egypt. Votes going until April. Votes going until April 18. So it's coming up. Great Wu, we're not giving you fleet basing rights. We're giving you the acquisition of your maps. Oh, what? No Ainu gold. Hasn't been discovered yet. Plenty of fur. Some fish. Plenty of fish in the north. Oshima. Opposing military schools. We're already 4.65 on offensive, which gives move speed, weakened fort defense, better siege ability, better assault ability. Defensive gives slower move speed, better fort defense, better combat speed, better fort limit, and cheaper fort maintenance. I want the cheapness of it. Which means I'm just gonna stay out in the middle. Pirates, where? My naval presence is so good though. Genoa is following through on threat, huh? Maybe they should worry less about me right now. Oh, I see. Hungary's still helping out the Pope? No, not the Alliance. Meant to click on their war. They got 3 wars going on right now. One against the Pope, Ottoman-Rome War. They're helping Georgia with the rebellion. And Hungary is attacking Georgia directly to take Kiev. To take Kiev? Georgia's got no hold on that, it looks like. Hungary attacking. Ah, Georgia's helping Kiev out. Huh. I don't see the connection though. Maybe There's no coalition against Hungary. Power vacuum. The Akalnens is not a leader. I don't think it's a matter of once having an alliance that no longer exists either. Okay, we're gonna be here first anyway. So we'll stop for a bit. Then we'll send the boats out. 18th of April. $19th. We got it, didn't we? Voting ends on the 18th of April. It's the 19th. So, where are we? Declared war on the Mamluk Sultan. Alright, they waited till I went back down. So. Who is all in this war? France? And of course, we're the primary guys for this one. Italy, France, Shang, Dortmund, Perigord, okay. So the important guys are up top. Basically me and France. Who at least isn't involved in any other war right now. Okay, let's go for the war target first. We'll go for the war target, get some ticking war score. And then we could start suing for peace to take this core region away first. Lanonaka. Philistine would mean taking this castle and that castle. We're thankfully only level 2. Could get rough. Somehow we won though, but we lost 3 transports. There we are. I didn't see us for a second. Okay, right off the bat, they got their fleet skilled against my fleet, which is good. That means that their fleets can't come out to attack my homeland. Let's Let's raise some levies. It would be a shame to send these guys to their deaths. But that's kind of what they're for. Lost one light ship. Gain 6 galleys. It might be worthwhile to take Cyprus away from them too. That'd be a closer staging ground. Look at all their guys over here. France has made their presence known. Okay, let's swap out already. It'll take a minute to get here. Then drop some troops. Admiral 13th Navy. $28,000 guys there, but it's all levies right now. Ooh, all right. And that's basically the war won. Because that's both capitals in Philistine. Or both capitals, both forts in Philistine. And so we're gonna get taking war score. Ideally, we get other guys to come in and protect us. As soon as France gets their transports ready, I hope. Drought in Crete. Spare some coin. That's a whole 50. Okay, prisoners. We'll send the prisoners up to Crete. Without their paddles, even. Oh, they got more boats coming up this way. 10 heavies. $15 transports. Where are they going? Cape Ben Saka. Where a whole bunch of French fleets are. They might be okay then. We got no more Mamluk navies in my waters except for that over there. Unmarried adult heir. John of Eiffel. His stats are merely alright. Perigrod's the only place he can marry into. Let's see if there's any Angios. Giovanna Angio. To give some legitimacy to him. Maybe not in-game legitimacy, but he'll be more legitimate in my eyes. I don't have any admirals on these boats. Right, the transports went that way. We'll get some levies in here. Because the next stop I want to take is Katya. Cut their progress in half, get some more sieges in. Currently at 3 whole %. So the cool thing about doing a crusade against Egypt right now is that they basically own the Arabian Peninsula. So I don't gotta worry about, oh no, if we do a holy war, they might call their co-religionists in. Because they already own said co-religionists. It's a done deal. So minus 43 so far. What I really want is to take their delta. So if I were to do this, how much score are we looking at? Minus 125. We need 52 score to peace out. Hey, chillin' chum. A happy bloop and almost Christmas to you too. $76 to lay claim to all this. But of course it is a prosperous region, so I could see why. I'm also... oh, not really splitting them in half. Kinda. Minus 30 to leave recipient 2 fractured. So if I leave Tinnis to them... 111. So... it'd be expensive, but I could take this coast away from them. Crete I also cannot take, or Cyprus I cannot take, without taking that little fort here first. Okay. I think this is good enough for now. We got good strength on our guys here. Good strength on them. They just got their nothingness boats going around. And then France is gonna come in with... what is this? 369 guys to take Cyprus. The reason I chose to do this as a crusade is because I was hoping Spain is getting gobbled up by Bohemia, right? Bohemia's gonna get some warm water ports in Spain too after this. Should have gone after them when I had the chance. We do have an alliance with Hungary right now. This could be our chance to turn things around with Bohemia too afterwards. How badly is Spain losing? Minus 35. Oh, Bohemia's gonna be spreading out to Spain too. Where are these guys headed to? Bir al Sab. And then heading out. They're trying to pull a sneaky. I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to pull a sneaky on us. They got a whole bunch of their guys off over this way, though. It's like, now that my guys aren't in their core, taking over here, they're not consolidating on me. It feels like they're trying to split their efforts. Ooh. Stay right there. Stay right there and wait for reinforcements. We got how many guys coming in? They're all levies. All levies. They saw me approaching. And there were probably a heightened garrison from Katya. Admiral 2nd Navy. They gave up their assault with 3 defenders remaining. There it goes. "21 transports and 5 heavies. Get 'em! Get 'em!" Now, trouble with Katya is that they got no food here, logically. So it behooves me to get someplace with better food. But first we'll sit here. We'll make this be a line of the sand. We don't want to march too far alone because that's going to sap so much of our morale. We'll go a little bit at a time to take the next castle over. No, not that way, dum-dum. This way and that way. All levy, so that is safe right now, because they gotta go for the castles, and I'm a smart cookie, and have been reinforcing garrisons. Minus 104 currently to take all this. The French are finally willing to help here. Drop a few dudes. full wipe on them without any single losses on my side. Incredible. But they got more guys coming in. It's all levies. They're trying to get all their guys slaughtered. But that's how they get you. They get you with the willingness to sacrifice their own dudes. And there's our levies eating shit now. Okay. Let's get some help for him. They'll probably be alright. Because either way, it's levies against levies. And they'll lose some morale marching in too. But we can't have them be fully alone. Seven transports. There's the rest of my transports. Oh, we're broken. Alright, you guys did well enough. You held your ground. I'll get out of there. 2,000 of ours killed. To kill 25,000. I don't know. 2,000 of theirs killed to kill 25,000 of us. 25,000 good Italians. Where are they headed back to? All the way up there. Well, poor babies. Well, they're coming on this way anyway. So, let's just hold off here for now. And we'll send a boat to pick them up. No more of their boats in our territory. Papal States ended food access agreement. What you trying to pull, Papal States? We're still buddies, right? Pope? Yeah, plus 29, he doesn't dislike me anymore. So we can divorce when need be. Invite to Crusade. What if we declare Bohemia a heretic? Excommunication? It's neither age of traditions nor age of renaissance. Damn. We can invite people to Crusade. Sort by their opinion, the trust they have, antagonism they feel towards us, favors they owe us, spy networks on them, diplomatic capacity. What about by strength? What about by their ability to wage war in my favor? Who would say no? It's all a bunch of nobodies. I'm assuming red is no. Minus 41%, minus 41.98 for Hungary. Relative strength of Italy to the country is at war already. Poland, minus 54. Bohemia. Our opinion of Bohemia has to be greater than 0 to invite them. That's a bit silly. We don't like you, Bohemia. We don't want your armies involved in this matter. $15,000 killed. 9,000 killed. And look at how low look at how low our morale is. Let's head here for a second and drop off these poor babes. They're still retreating. Where's my other transports? I had 2 massive transport stacks. Where's the other? We didn't lose them. Did we? I don't think we did. Huh. Oh, there they are. I'm smart. Forgot they had them in port already there. Okay, so, where's my prisoner group? Board prisoners. Board prisoners. And just ship him out of the way. See that? We got 2 stacks of regulars here, nearly equaling 100,000 guys between them. Levies. Let's just send you home. Armies standing next to a hostile army cannot be disbanded. Huh. Well, now we know there's somebody hiding around here. Thanks for the tip. So, we got 142,000 men still. We haven't faced off against their regulars yet. We got to Akka before we could get there. Who we got here? Levies, it's all levies. But our levies are gonna die. And they got more guys coming in. Who's this? Levies of Dolga. I just wanted to bring those guys home. Is that so much to ask for? Rapa Nui. New Market in Rapa Nui. Alba. Don't tell me that Scotland has colonized Rapa Nui. I have my presence out here solely to make a wall to prevent every other colonial power from trying to colonize my cousins. You're telling me they got there already? Hold on. Yeah, good enough, sure. And before we proceed, we have more spies to translate into more maps. They want to set Adaka? We'll make him regret going against our levies there. I don't like how fast our morale's dropping there. It's a castle, so we should have the defensive bonus because we occupy it. Yet another council meeting, yet another official document. It is clear that King Alphonse is not able to properly handle himself at court, like I said. He's indulgent. He doesn't care about the day-to-day minutiae of an administrative realm. He wants to party it up. He wants to make a network of guys to help him out. Due to his English upbringing, his mastery of Italian leaves much to be desired. His marked foreign accent is unbearable to native ears, and a constant reminder that he is not truly someone that should be in charge of an Italian court. Adopt his southern language, becomes a new court language. His lack of understanding might be beneficial. Gain prestige. Gain prestige for his lack of understanding. Okay. Oh, we just managed to beat them off. But let's now take part in the reason I wanted so much manpower and a close-by place before proceeding with this. And that is having a place close by that we could replenish manpower on. You see that? All they need is 2 stacks of 10,000. Against my regulars, levies would be nothing. Even at fairly large size, they could still be menacing if they're too much. But if they have a stack that gets involved in a prolonged fight with my regulars for long enough, and then a second stack comes on in, the real benefit of levies is that they could replenish their morale, while my regulars have to fight the same fight, now extended, with the same bar morale, ever diminishing. It is some scary stuff. %. So it's only minus 46 to claim this now. Months at War, War Enthusiasm getting +9, War Score +19. You see that? We got so many guys coming in that way. They're trying to do it. And my guys are all the way up this way. They hide out. And they got zoomies. They can zoom all the way across the sands of Egypt to give multiple stacks of 10 and 20,000 just feeding in over and over and over. Luckily, France has my back here, so at the very least, that's a little bit of a push-up to me. We've taken this siege from them, good. Hold on! I wasn't paying attention, they had 970 guys. They upped the fort level. Hold on. I can't move! No! They upped the fort just before I got here. I checked before the war, and it was a lighter color all throughout. Well, somehow we managed to take it. That's the power of upgraded cannons, I think. We've destroyed Scarlet Castle, a statue, disjointed moon. Al Nasser Mohammed Mosque has been destroyed. It's a funny thing of the game where monuments like temples, the pyramids, and so on, building type grand monumental architecture, are considered works of art. And I think how the game does it is that they just get destroyed when you take a place over. But it'd be funny if you could actually steal them like any other work of art. Imagine being able to Carmen Sandiego, the pyramids, the Sistine Chapel, Amateur's Father, Eldritch Grace, Terrific Summer destroyed. The following works of art captured and taken to Napoli. A magnum opus, Chronicle of Egypt. It's got a description, so it's an actual thing. Scepter of Mahabad, Sword of Arayan, Mantle of Bingul, Seal of Altalaima, Sword of Nizhny Novgorod. That one's been going around. Throne of Radanduz, Scepter of Abasra, Mantle of Maku, so on, so on, so on. Grand Monolith, statue taken. Greater Rock, Evocative Rock, Enchanting Bear, Astonishing Rock, Pathetic Moon, Whimsical Love, Harmonious World, Pathetic Glory, Chronicles of Moria, from Rhodos. Lamentation for Meadow, Mediocre, Crimson Princess, Astonishing Rock, Disjointed Cow, Weir Wave, Lamentation for Monolith, Lamentation for Forest, Rock or Cow. Grotesque Lake and Strange Country. Okay. Garrison dropped in. And we got a lot more Frenchmen here to back me up. All levies over there. 1 stack each of infantry and artillery regulars, with an otherwise all levies. Hey Onyx. How's this group looking? Zeros. 0, 0, 0. This is about the phase of the war where the smart thing for me to do would be to pull out. France is willing to take this fight on for me. Minus 33 so far. Even with their capital taken, they still want to fight it out. I'm hesitant. I have garrison there for a reason, so we should be okay. I think at this point, they got 4,593 guys there, trying to take one little nothing. I think at this point I could be fairly confident in my defenses. And we can give our guys a little bit of a vacation. Just a little bit. Scare them off. 10,000 Frenchmen from the back scared them off. These guys are building up towards how many? To 300? Let's give them one more month. They got most of the guys they need. Just want to dislodge these guys off Valkyria. Kyra? They got some actual regulars here, but it's not too many. From a few hundred per month to replenish my dudes to minus 15,000. Need 39,000 to fully replenish. 40,000 almost. Go ahead, take him. Status quo is good. Looks like that was too spicy for France. What have we got here? Levies by 10,000s. Levies 14,000. That's nothing. Top off morale for a day. Then finish these clowns off. I do so love when I embark an army and it forgets to show me the boat afterwards. More guys coming down. Levies. Mostly levies. Okay. And we're back in the positive now. Still need 11,000 to fully replenish. I'm gonna do something a little bit naughty with all these prisoners I've been getting. Hello? Capacity's too small. We did lose a few transports. We've also gained a few. Where's the rest of my navies? Some more brigs earned. Some of those are probably mine. Lost them and then gained them right back. Still too small. Wait. First Navy is not our Navy. It's trying to embark them onto the nothingness with 32. Capacity of 60,000. Okay, either way don't have enough. Huh. Let's split off some of our camp followers then. Heck, split them all off for now. Still too big. 6,600 requires 6,670. Darn it, Saipan! Did anybody else pick up a transport? Nobody else picked up a transport? Then let's just bring these guys over. We'll combine them with. $62,650. Scandaria, you haven't somehow picked up some additional fort levels while I was out, have you? No. It's a nice, good, rosy color. Level full wipe. And oh yeah, I said I was gonna do something naughty with the prisoners, didn't I? Prisoner, prisoner, prisoner. Where are they gonna go? Go into Safad and then maybe to Akka afterwards? They better be. Bring on the fight. Oh, the cowards are going one shallow. Oh, Ramses isn't held. And so they're flipping out. Alright, Mamluk capital of Al-Qaeda, execute all these prisoners. Exiles in Duchy of Thessaly. Izanirs in Duchy of Thessaly report that they have been taken in many of our king's political enemies and previously been exiled from the Italian court or seek opportunities elsewhere. Push for strong action against the current Italian regime. Just an opinion loss. Oh man, only 36%. What am I gonna do with that lack of 36%? Occupied by Italy. Oh man. And here I was trying to race France out with these occupations too. Because I called for the Crusade, everything they do benefits me. Come on, hurry it up. Oh, it's enough of time. It comes earlier and earlier each year, it feels like. Okay, that is currently occupied by France. They're fine enough helping me out here, but they want their own kitten. Speaking of which, Onyx is sleeping on top of my computer, his head hanging off of it. And there haven't been too many dropped frames, with him pretty much napping against the Wi-Fi adapter. So, 39%, war's been going on for a while. Plus 17. Alexandria, minus 42. What if he took this off? Minus 26 still. Escandaria alone adds an extra 29 to the cost. Right. Plus 4 to take most of Dakalia and Garbaya. And then maybe next war, we could try to emphasize, try to take Alexandria alone. There'll be some extra cost for the realm's too fractured. But if we get that out of the way, then they can't bitch anymore in future wars. Then all this will be fine because they're already fractured. You know? I had just commented on the internet being fairly stable. And then what do we get but a quick disconnect? Network error, please try again. Error 2000, click to reload the player, click to reload the player. I got my transcoding today at least. They can't take my 180p away from me. That's my 180p. So yeah, this gets me a foothold in Egypt. We get their delta as our delta. The next time we do a crusade against Egypt, emphasis will be on Iskandaria, which would be a heavy war score cost because it'll split their realm. Iskandaria alone is 29 war score cost to claim it, on top of some other penalties for splitting. So we might be able to at least take Iskandaria and a little bit up here. And then with them split, and some pretty prosperous lands taken, then the one after that, we could possibly go down to Akara. Take some lunch money from them, an extra 1,000, and call it a day. Cool. Ow. But since we're here, is Egypt of a different enough climate and vegetation zone to qualify for different Columbian exchange goods? We haven't got cocoa over. Can we do cocoa in Egypt? Not in Egypt, not in Anatolia, not in the Balkans. Not in Maghreb, not in Italy. We could do it down in Guinea. Cocoa, it seems, doesn't like to go too far north. How far west does China have? They don't have down to East Africa. So, I'm gonna need more transport boats too. Galleys and heavies. We'll send you back for now. Sit in Salerno for a bit. This guy sit on his mission. I'm gonna need more boats. That's another lesson learned. More boats. Since my armies are getting to a point where the current mega stack of transports isn't sufficient anymore. Bohemia is still pushing against Spain. Plus 45 currently. Bohemia's armies could be split. This could be my chance to take them on. We could intervene. Because Bohemia's interest in Spain is primarily that they want this bit. That's what I'm guessing. But, not satisfied with that, they've had to go and pretty much occupy almost the entirety of Spain. Look at all that. Look at that blemish all over them. I don't think they could ask for a lot of Spain. But they could ask for enough to annoy me. They've got an alliance with France. But France, at least, is not a participant of this war. What if I enforce peace on Bohemia, with the threat that will join their enemy? Does it automatically force me into the war if they say no? That's a very important question here. As far as force goes, we're perfectly balanced against Bohemia. Maybe in their internal calculus. Perfectly balanced while they're already at war is something they do not want to risk. Increased control puts counting houses everywhere. Do I not have counting houses there? Hold on. The funduks, counting houses. I don't see any other place I'm allowed to build count. Salerno has too many buildings, has a following impact. Less migration attraction, new building cost. Rural settlement, rural settlement. So, I saw Salerno in the list, but Salerno currently has too many buildings. Citified now. And Gaeta? Gaeta's also merely a town right now. I got 13,000 bucks. I think I should go around and turn some of these towns into cities. But Avento is too small. Palestrina, 127,000 dudes. Tivoli, big enough. Orte, 25,000 guys, is too tiny, too steiny. 33 is good enough though. Cornetto, 29,000 doesn't quite cut it. Spoleto was still of a town status. Assisi, get townified nerd. This late into the game too. The pros are weeping that I'm playing so inefficiently. And that's all my cash. So we could put counting houses everywhere, but I have to scrounge up to get the support. Naval infrastructure. Get 0.25 development everywhere is a pretty sexy option. And 2 progress towards naval. More naval's always good. Market expansion, trade maintenance. Let's do it. Let's do naval infrastructure. What do you mean battery running low? You're supposed to be charging. Look at this thing. I've literally got the charger taped on. Because if I don't have... Well, now it's charging, then I'm holding it up. It needs... This poor thing needs a specific amount of pressure between the port and the charger for the charger. Was enough to make my chart? Well, now it stopped. Come on! I could just get a new cable, but where'd be the fun in that? Senato. Also, Dad, when are you going to die? You're 66 years of age. You're supposed to combine our realm into a personal union so I can start absorbing Hungary. Being very not cool, Dad. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Okay, more taxes first. Also, legitimacy got up to 100 when my back was turned. So more taxes first. Then, Burger Mansion complaints. Okay. Naval support always. $75% Sanato support, and every little thing only requires 14% to pull favor. Let me see something quick. I got some tape around if I can freshen up the tape. Hey, Toasty. It's not snack time, Toasty. I'm just trying to find some tape, okay? Actually, it is lunchtime, Toasty. I'll get you some lunch during BRB, okay? You know, what if I just put it this way? Because it does charge reliably in bed if I have it horizontally. There we go. This tablet is a lot like an old relationship now. It doesn't exactly work how it used to, but you're too stubborn to get rid of it. Alright. Everybody's got some place to be. Crusade has formally been disbanded. No use for such administrative burdens anyway, because Egypt is not at war with Italy. The Crusades were a red herring. It's merely a bit of geopolitics. Egypt holds the Holy Land. We better show them what for, and take some juicy real estate in the process. Only 12,000 to fully reinforce. Cool. That'll still keep me above 100k. But